and welcome to another movie review videos. I review movies every Sunday here on my channel, and on Monday, Wednesday, Friday I talk about books in various forms. I have lots of exciting book related videos coming up on my channel, so make sure you're subscribed so that you get those landing in your subscription feed. I have literally just got back from seeing A Star Is Born for the second time, so I'm going to talk about that one first of all, even though that one is the last one that I saw. Normally I talk about them in terms of chronological order, in terms of me watching them. So yeah, I obviously liked A Star Is Born enough to see it twice in 4 days, and I liked it enough to go to a very late night showing on a Saturday night. So yeah, I got home at like 1:45. So I thought, let's talk about it now. Why not? I thought it was wonderful. I'm a massive musical fan anyway, so I knew I was going to love it in terms of the fact that it is a musical, basically, but not the kind where the characters break into song to describe their situations, but the kind with lots of awesome music sung by Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. What more could you want? I also saw it in the same theatre screen both times because it was the special Dolby screen at the AMC near me, so the sound was really good. I just felt like I was at a concert when I was watching them perform. The storyline is really interesting and really great. The actors are fantastic. The songs are wonderful, and the whole atmosphere of the film. It's 2.25 hours long, and at no point do you feel like it's 2.25 hours long. At no point was I like, oh, you know, what's going on now, when's it going to end, or oh, you know, have to go to the bathroom again. Didn't leave to go to the toilet in either showing. It's just fabulous, and I recommend that you go and see it. If you've got the option to see it in a cinema screen with super sound, then take the option. It's worth the extra cost if you are paying extra cost for it. If you don't have some sort of subscription service, definitely recommend it. Yeah, I don't, one of the other things I really liked about it, it's going to sound a little bit geeky, but I liked the way that it was shot as well. There's a lot of kind of close-ups or like shots from on profile with different lighting and different colours, and there's always quite sort of one solid colour to each scene, which I don't know, I found visually pleasing. So yeah, recommend it, go and see it. Let's take it back. Tuesday, I went and saw a film in IMAX because it was playing in IMAX up until Thursday, so I decided to go and catch it while it was still in IMAX. I think this film has been released in 3D as well, but I just saw it in regular IMAX, so it was big screen, big sound, but not 3D. The House with the Clock in Its Walls. I'm a big Jack Black fan. I really like Jack Black, and I like films like this. You know, I'm not somebody who will go, oh, it's a kids film, I'm not going to go and watch it. It was all right. I wouldn't necessarily say, oh yeah, you should go to the cinema and see it. I think, you know, yeah, watch it when it comes to DVD or Netflix or however you get your movies after they've been in the cinema. Jack Black was funny because he's funny. The child actor in this was, I thought, a little bit kind of overacted. Cate Blanchett was stunning. I felt a little bit like part of the time she was almost playing a sort of Nanny McPhee type character, and the film felt to me like it was almost trying to be like a scary Harry Potter. Obviously I know it's based on a book, and I just didn't have time to fit in the reading of the book before going to see this, so I could do a book versus movie. But yeah, it might be that it was better as a book. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a sort of after the fact book versus movie. I don't normally do it that way round, but would consider doing that. Yeah, it wasn't, this was one where it was just under 2 hours, and I was sitting there going, oh, you know, are we over yet? Are we done yet? Can I go and get lunch now? Yeah, it was entertaining enough, but I wouldn't say go to the cinema and see it now. It was meh. Then Wednesday I went to see Night School. which was also in this fancy Dolby Theatre. I saw A Star Is Born for the first time on Wednesday as well, so I was in that same cinema twice in one day, and then again tonight. Yeah, Night School I had low expectations for, but again, because it was playing in the super fancy theatre and I was looking to see something else this week, I decided to go and see it. And yeah, it exceeded my low expectations, which is good. Obviously, there is quite a lot of silly humour in it. Obviously, the actors involved are all associated with silly humour. We've got, somebody from SNL. We've got various other people who have been in that kind of film. So don't go expecting something highbrow. But if that kind of humour is your thing, then it's fast paced and it's quick and the jokes come thick and fast. So if that kind of humour is your thing, then you will enjoy this. The other thing that kind of pleasantly surprised me was how kind of thoughtful the main characters were. There was depth to their characters and depth to the things that they were doing in the film, which yeah, not always used to that kind of thing in this sort of comedy film. But yeah, I thought that was good. Also, it is a good representation of somebody who has something like dyslexia or dyscalculia kind of being overlooked whilst they were at school, in any part of the school system, and what effect that can have on them in later life. So the importance of picking these things up early on in somebody's school career. And I think that's something that for people outside of the school system, that doesn't get talked about enough. If you are an adult with dyslexia who's never been diagnosed, you're not necessarily going to think, oh yeah, it's because I'm dyslexic, and go, doctor, please could you assess me for dyslexia? Or, oh, is there where do I go for this assessment? It's not something that's in the front of people's minds, and I think this film might, shine a bit of a light on it. I think that was a good side of it, whilst, being funny. I did laugh out loud. There weren't many other people in the cinema, but other people were laughing out loud. The people just along in the same row from me were talking about it the whole time, so that was fun. But yeah, it exceeded my expectations, I would say. And yeah, if that kind of humour is your thing, then I definitely recommend it, because it is well done in that sense. And then on Friday, I went to see Smallfoot. I would say that Smallfoot met my expectations. So we've had a couple of things which exceeded my expectations. Smallfoot met my expectations. It's, a kids' animated film about Yetis having a fascination with the mystical Smallfoot. And, the feet are so tiny, but we don't know what they're going to do. We don't know how dangerous they are. There's been sightings, there's been articles found, and, somebody's going to be pioneering and find a Smallfoot and bring him back and show him off as his prize. Look, I have found one, I have discovered him. And all the humour that goes with that, when the Yetis find the roll of toilet paper, or when the Smallfoot hears the Yeti talking and thinks that he's actually roaring and attacking him. There's a funny moment where a Yeti meets a bear. Yeah, that kind of humour. Again, it's what you get what you expect. It's what it says on the tin. Obviously, we've got quite a lot of popular voices in there, or voices that are popular at the moment. So if certain actors who are in it intrigue you are fans of, then you will enjoy this. It had a really nice message of acceptance in it, which I think is obviously very prevalent today, and I like that message of acceptance. I think children's films a lot more are having, or family films, not just children's films, family films are promoting those messages subtly, and yet coming out and sort of explaining them and expressing them in ways which are going to sort of plant seeds in people's minds, or continue to nurture those seeds which has sprouted. So I liked the message of acceptance in there. There was some humour that made me laugh. There weren't any bits that made me cry, I wouldn't say, unlike A Star Is Born. That's the only film that I've cried at twice this week. But yeah, Smallfoot, it's what I expected, and it was generally a good time. Wouldn't be sort of rushing out to rewatch it, but it was okay. Yeah, and then just very finally, because I know I spoke about this in the last couple of film review videos, I finally watched the final film in the Marvel series. I have now watched all 20 films. I watched Thor, The Dark World. I keep saying A Dark World, and then it's The Dark World. It was okay. Obviously, I'd watched Thor 3 and seen Thor in Avengers films as well. So I've seen a lot more development of his character since that film was made. It was interesting to see how Natalie Portman's character and Kat Dennings' character developed in this film as well. There was a few surprises in there. I would have perhaps liked to have seen, you know, something from one of the other, well, I mean, there's a very small cameo from one of the other Avengers characters, and there's mention of the other Avengers characters, but I would have liked to see just a little bit more, a bit like in Thor Ragnarok. So that bit I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of. It follows the same formula. I knew what to expect. It was interesting what they did with Natalie Portman's character, but I felt like it could have been done a little bit more, a little bit differently. I liked the ending. I liked the mid-credits and the end of credits scenes. Both of those were really interesting, knowing what I know about the future films that they were alluding to and that they were teasing about. But yeah, I've now seen all 20 films, and kind of that's what that film represented for me. So yeah, I would say, you know, out of the 3 Thor films, it's probably the weakest of the 3 for me. I've heard a few people say that as well. But it's done now. Shared my thoughts on that as well. Just an extra one there. So next week will be all just cinema related reviews. I don't know what I'm seeing yet. We'll wait and see what I see. So make sure, as I say, you are subscribed so that movie reviews video lands in your subscription feed next Sunday, and my book review videos turn up Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and as I say, let me know in the comments if you've seen any of these films and your thoughts on them, or if you would like me to look into The House with the Clock and Its Walls book to compare to the film. I would do it if there is a demand for it. If not, I'm not doing it. And yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you either with my books in the week or with my movie reviews next Sunday. Thank you for watching. Bye.